You know,
This guy does a pretty good video on it.
running in.
So one thing I really like about this game, it's a tabletop game, so similar to like D&D, similar to like a lot of like
uh-huh.
tabletop games. The way that this one works is that you're a character that becomes basically something called the imbued after witnessing like a supernatural event. So if you witness, a vampire mauling or whatever, some or witness ghosts coming back to life, so stuff like that, you then become imbued with like special powers. In this game, you become an imbued because you witness, or one of four characters witness a character getting electrocuted. I think Nathaniel Arcadia is his name, and homie doesn't die. Instead, these ghosts appear out of nowhere, and I guess it pissed off these spirits, and it turned a lot of the inmates into like these zombies or whatever. They lock up the prison. They come back a year later because they opened up the prison again for some reason, and it started killing everybody. But they explain like werewolf attacks are explained as or written off as like animal maulings, and vampire attacks are explained off as like gang violence. So
Everywhere. Unknown to most humans, the
Mm.
world is ruled and directed by supernatural forces beyond their comprehension.
Run! Run from me!
that's a blooper. That's really funny. You can get this ending, which is funny. This game's not that great,
Hunter the Reckoning released
but
in
the voice acting is really
2016
good.
for the Xbox and GameCube, a top-down action game based on the Hunter the Reckoning tabletop RPG. A good way to describe this game would be to say it's both a more simplified and a more complex take on the Gauntlet dungeon crawlers such as Legends and Dark Legacy. Up to 4 people can play at a time. You all share the same screen. There are multiple characters to select that have their own stats
Question:
and
wasn't
strengths.
this a game at
You
Peter
level
Piper
up as you
Pizza?
progress in the game. And play at a time. The dungeon crawlers such as Legends and Dark Legacy.
Wasn't this a game at Peter Piper Pizza?
I love those games. Them bitches
This
was
one,
fun as
right?
hell.
Gauntlet was a.
Ah, go and tell.
Up to 4 people
Pretty
can
good game.
play at a time. You all share the same screen. There are multiple characters to select that have their own stats and strengths. You level up as you progress in the game. You fight hordes of respawning enemies in a variety of environments. You have access to an infinite range weapon in addition to melee, and there are even a few item pickups you can find as well. It's more simplified due to the fewer secrets, traps, puzzles, characters, and items, but more complex in the way that it has more depth to the melee combat and boss battles, features a mana system with a few unique powers, and it has a better story and lore to go along with it. The latter is likely due to the plethora of material high voltage software had at their disposal, given that this is essentially a licensed game but with a far more robust backstory. The game is overall a ton of fun, both playing alone or with a friend or two, but it does have its share of problems, and some of them are hard to ignore. The game begins in Ashcroft Penitentiary, where Nathaniel Arcady, a serial killer, is set to be executed. As the switch
Oh
is
shit!
thrown, vengeful spirits escape the prison to occupy the bodies of the living, turning them into zombies more or less. Due to becoming imbued, aka ordinary humans who have awakened to the presence of supernatural monsters, our 4 main protagonists, and a few others called bystanders, are the only ones who are able to see these evil entities for what they truly are. This almost implies that everyone else just sees us as bloodthirsty murderers, and some of the innocent's dialogue when you rescue them later on hints at this as well. Kinda messed up. Our hunters fight off the monsters, eventually boarding up the prison and locking the spirits away. 1 year later, a rave takes place, a morbid anniversary of sorts, which beckons the evil once more, but this time they take over the entire city. Our group of 4, or 1 if you play alone, resolve to come back to finish what they started, hunting down the supernatural. There's more to it than that, especially if you research what some of this stuff means in the pen and paper game, but that's basically all you need to know for now. The main thing you'll be doing in Hunter the Reckoning is shooting and slashing at hordes of enemies, either with your trusty character-specific weapons or the special weapon pickups you'll grab throughout. The ones you'll see most often are machine guns and shotguns, both of which seem to upgrade at certain stages of the game. Your stats have nothing to do with it. Eventually you'll just
Oh
grab a
shit!
better variation, and that's what you'll have from now on. The shotgun specifically gets a tremendous makeover, starting with a double barrel in the beginning, which is meh, and eventually advancing to the combat shotgun, which makes certain enemy and boss encounters so much easier. You'll also find a chainsaw, flamethrower, and rocket launcher. Because all of these have a finite amount of ammo, it's not always smart to use them. It becomes increasingly beneficial to save them for boss fights or for specific rooms where tougher enemies clump together. Thankfully, the game doesn't expect you to completely rely on...
No, you see that? So this is the horse shit about this game. So look how these monsters spawn.
Thankfully, the game doesn't expect you to completely rely on your weaker weapons for non-climactic encounters.
They just spawn out the blue.
On nightmare mode and single
So
player,
if
there were plenty of times I reached my
you're in a room getting fucking absolutely mollywopped, they can spawn 6 other dudes in that same room and just be like, "Hello, motherfucker."
The chainsaw isn't really as useful as I'd like it to be. I was hoping I could just hold it out and walk into people, but you have to use the slash combo, which isn't always worth it. Both the chainsaw and flamethrower have a gas meter at the top, which makes them feel a little more unique. They don't share their tanks or anything. You wouldn't be able to pick up a flamethrower and use its fuel for the chainsaw. It's just neat that they have a gauge at the top instead of an ammo count. The rocket launcher is insanity. It doesn't
friendly
abide by
fire.
the rules of the friendly fire setting. It's an explosive which will blow you or your teammates up if too
Damn.
close. The number of lives my friend and I lost thanks to the rocket launcher likely crossed the double digits and then some. Every time we were desperate, though, I exclaimed, "Hang on, trust me, I got this. I can do it this time." Then splat goes my hunter. With certain boss fights, it becomes very, very useful, but given how touchy it is to fire and the deceiving blast radius, it's almost always a risk when you press the fire button.
Damn, Martin's gonna love that
Pressing
one.
the fire button is something you'll often be doing, as the infinite ammo character-specific guns require a trigger press for every single shot, except Martyr, who shoots twice with one press. If you play through the whole game in one sitting, like me and my buddy did, your finger may get awfully tired close to the end. It's worth it, though, as it helps the ranged weaponry feel that much more satisfying to use. I had just played Insect Armageddon before Hunter the Reckoning, and it was nearly a night and day difference. The controller rumble is on point, but even without the vibration, the visual and audio design convey every single pull of the trigger perfectly. A gunshot is accompanied by a burst of light coming from the barrel of the gun, and a soft flicker on the ground surrounding the character. The sounds for all of the weapons pack a punch, but considering that you may be hearing these gunshots 1,000+ times or so, the constant cadence and rhythm of your gunfire starts to wear thin.
You can actually turn on friendly fire.
Even better than all that, though, the enemies visibly react.
That doesn't sound very
The
fun.
problem is, you see how she
Sounds like you wouldn't turn it off.
you sound like she's like locking on.
Visibly react to being shot.
So the way this game works is that if you use your right analog stick to aim your gun, or to shoot in that direction. So, but it also just auto aims to the nearest enemy. If it's friendly fire on, you become the nearest enemy.
A really cool detail. Once they start getting handguns and shotguns,
So it's like
the
Resident
speed
Evil.
goes away entirely, which kind of sucks, since it can sometimes
Basically,
be
yeah.
hard to discern if you hit them from far away. Thankfully, the blood spatter is still present, and the stains left on the ground or walls are a really nice touch. One aspect of the shooting that leaves a lot to be desired is the twin-stick aiming. I am very comfortable with twin-stick shooters, but it was pretty clear early on that this wasn't as freeform as I'd like. You can basically only aim in 4 directions when there's nothing else in range, but once something is, almost the entirety of that direction on the right thumbstick will now auto-aim at the new threat. When it's a single hostile, it works just fine, but the moment there's more than one target in range, things start to go haywire. And I didn't just say target that time because I fancy using synonyms as I write scripts. There are certain things in the environment that are treated with the same level of importance as an enemy, such as windows, mannequins, benches, tables, and so much more. The skeletons that you need to press the A button to activate for an objective? Yep, those have just as high of a priority as the zombies close by that can actually kill you. I feel like this is either a case of mixed up priorities on behalf of the design team or some issue with the programming. It is pretty neat that you can break objects in your immediate surroundings. That wasn't something super common back in the day. Glass shattering because you fired at it? That's awesome. How about we fudge the player's aim a bit so they're more likely to hit the window in a tense encounter? That way,
My man said, "Fuck you and these windows."
Go unnoticed. I'm sure it's obvious, but any scenario where you have to fight with the game for it to do what you want isn't ideal, and especially not with something as foundational as aiming at the enemy. There's a part of me that thinks this wasn't a creative decision, however, since the game does encourage a player to shoot the explosive cars to kill enemies around them, but the targeting system battles you every step of the way. It hyper-focuses on the zombies this time, which feels completely backwards to how it goes for the rest of the environmental breakables. This is the time you'd expect the game to fudge
That
the
shit
auto
jittery than a
to get
bitch.
the player to make a cool
Mhm.
explosion, but it rarely works if there are any enemies nearby.
And then it just shoots the windows instead.
And it just shot the windows.
The most hilarious way this auto lock problem takes the spotlight is with the
See
friendly
that
fire
shit?
setting. My friend and I played the whole game through with it turned off completely. Many times we would stand side by side, mowing down the threats from a safe distance, sometimes off screen given how poor the camera works in some
Yeah.
sections. The rocket launcher proved to be a nuisance, like I've already shown, but that was the extent of it. Well, afterwards we gave the first level a go with friendly fire on, and good lord almighty, the game heavily prioritizes your allies. It's one thing for them to be options you can aim at, but because they're almost always going to be the closest target near you, it will default to them without hesitation. Truly, I don't think you could beat this game with 4 players and this setting turned on. The camera was already kind of a hassle in boss fights with 2 people, since there wasn't much space to work with, but with 4 people and guns being almost off limits? No way, man, no way. It is a good laugh, though, and I could easily see this being a setting you turn on to have a quasi-multiplayer match with your buds. The hitboxes on most enemies aren't the greatest, which makes melee combat feel very finicky at times. The worst offenders are the blue spirits, as you essentially pass through them as you attack, so it's tough to get the angle right. The animations for basically every attack are pretty bad, but I'd say Avengers is the most forgiving. As far as I'm concerned, he's not the best melee character because of his high strength stat, it's because his combos actually hit the enemies more often than not. His running attack is also by far the most
Yeah, that shit's
useful,
crazy.
clearing out groups fairly easily. There's a diving maneuver if you press jump after 2 swings, and there's also a jumping attack, which feels terrible since you have to press it at the apex of your jump. I liked Martyrs the most, since it felt natural when jumping over boss attacks. There's also a charge-up attack, which supposedly clears out the enemies around the player, but it's absolutely atrocious. It forces you to hold down the trigger for a moment, most likely resulting in you taking damage, and its radius is so tiny it rarely clears your surroundings. It also just looks gross. The animation itself is very unsatisfying. I truly hate it. Although I was initially going to argue that certain characters were overpowered and others the opposite, after more testing, I can better see how all of them have their advantages and disadvantages, balancing out quite nicely. Avenger's swing animation is by far the best, and his strength can help with taking down groups of annoying enemies. He can make his attack stronger with his cleave edge, edge being what spells are called in this universe, and also gets a radial fire edge as well. He is incredibly slow though, and his lever action rifle wasn't something I particularly enjoyed using. Defender's katana combo isn't as good, but she starts with a healing edge right away, and her gunshots are pretty damaging, considering that her accuracy stat, which determines the damage output from guns, is the highest of the bunch. Her second edge is a circle that prevents weaker enemies from entering, but it's not that great in single player. Martyr is extremely fast, and even though she has the lowest accuracy and strength stats, she can single-handedly take down certain bosses with her quick movement speed and attack animations. Her main edges are buffs. One grants a boost to her speed.
Yeah, she's
and melee
she's
damage,
nuts. Just for her
and the other
speed.
reflects damage back to the enemy. The former costs conviction like
Makes
usual, conviction being the word for mana in this universe, but it also takes some of your health.
So they each have their own. Okay, they each have their own like.
Judge.
So yeah, so the judge is his melee is fucking nuts. The girl with the katana, her gun's really crazy, and the judge he has a one hit.
Feels very middle of the road. His melee attacks aren't as weak as
His
but they
his
aren't
ability
as
is
strong as
fucking
Defender's,
nuts.
and his swing, in my opinion, is the worst of the bunch. At least with Defender, she can hit backwards on her last hit of the combo. His speed isn't as slow as Avenger, but he's still a turtle compared to Martyr, and his ranged weapon can fire 12 times before reloading, but it doesn't deal a whole lot of damage. To balance him out, he has arguably the best edge in the game, Word of Power, which can insta-kill almost every normal enemy. The problem is, it uses a ton of conviction, and the only way to get that back is the blue orbs or specific orange
Yeah, that shit's
blips,
fucking nutty.
which you won't see a whole lot during long boss fights. I've seen people online recommending to use him if you play through the game alone, since his wooden crossbow bolts help against the vampires near the end, but I don't know about that. I went all the way through with Defender on Nightmare difficulty pretty casually, and Martyr can essentially run past everything, then tear bosses to shreds. If I had to choose, I'd say Judge feels the worst in single player, since his edges are where he shines, but you don't always have access to conviction replenishment, and it's entirely too easy to miss when firing Word of Power. Again, in a group setting, he feels fine, since you can prioritize the conviction glyphs for him and use his edges to clear groups or tougher enemies, but when alone, he feels pretty bad. Maybe if his melee was a bit stronger, his swing animation a bit larger, and if he was even a little bit quicker. The red and blue orbs obviously give back some health and conviction respectively, but they disappear really quickly. This definitely encourages a player to be up close and personal, which pairs well with Avenger, but Martyr can also run in and swipe them as well since she's so fast. If you try the same thing as Judge or Defender, you'll likely get hit by a newly respawning enemy. Defender has a healing edge, so it isn't horrible for her, but for Judge, man, it just seems like he can't catch a break. One thing in particular that I found myself enjoying the more I played was how different these 4 characters are. All of them have different melee weapons: battle axe, katana, twin daggers, and crusader sword. All of them have distinct ranged weapons: lever action rifle, magnum revolver, dual pistols, and crossbow, and their number of shots before reloading is even unique: 8, 6, 20, and 12. They all start with specific stats, have mostly their own edges, and even have their own separate voice lines for the same scene, which helps to show off their individual personality.
You've got nerve. I can't believe you actually expect me to feel sorry for you. Save the crybaby crap for someone who cares.
Nathaniel Arcady and the other prisoners suffered
pulled
enough.
away.
Yeah, you see that shit?
I won't let you hurt anyone else.
Can't do that. Too many of you parasites running around as it is. I'm not leaving one behind me.
You're lying. Now, maybe I didn't make myself perfectly clear. Does this Joker a memory?
The backstories of each character that the manual goes through is also interesting, even if the real game never touches on them. Either way, all of this really helps the replayability factor, since not only do you get to play the game a different way, you can hear a bit of unique dialogue as well. While the game does inform you every time your character levels up, which is often, when comparing a new character to one that's on the final level, it's pretty clear that your stats don't increase that much at all. In a way, this does keep the characters feeling separate and distinct. Judge and Avenger are still slow as shit, as they should be I guess, but it does suck some of the fun out of the progression system. Your edges do visibly get better, which is good, and you of course acquire more of them as you play, up to 3. The strangest part of this lack of progression is with a few specific enemies. There's a ton of unique monsters to fight, which is awesome, but a couple of them later in the game are unchanged from how they appeared in the first area. Even though you've supposedly leveled up your stats, and thus should have more health, these guys deal more damage than before. The last third of the game is significantly more difficult than the rest, but it really doesn't feel great that your hunter feels, in a way, weaker than they did at the start. The
They
last
feel like
part where
boo-boo.
Stat increases is a little deflating, and I think it specifically hurts co-op play the most. I know I would have focused on my speed stat exclusively just to shut my friend up. Yeah, you're fast. I get it. Just you wait. Sadly, no. Everything seems to get slightly better without your involvement, meaning there wouldn't be much separation between 2 different sets of 4-player parties. There is one way to have a say in your stats, and that's with the orange glyphs. There's about 4 of them sprinkled throughout the game that will improve your strength or accuracy stat instead of granting health or conviction. It gives half a skill point, which is pretty significant going off how much you'll level up without their help. I wish there were more of these, as they certainly make for a fantastic reward when finding secret areas. Even though the variety of enemies on the whole is excellent, one thing that I found to be lacking was the presentation. Not visually, I think the game looks competent overall, and every foe individually is distinct at a glance, which is good. I'm referring to how random the new monsters feel when
Those
they first show
bitches.
up. It's certainly cool that a couple of enemy types only get used for a room or two, such as the chained nail-throwing meat bags, the ghost doggos near the end, and the metal junk tree amalgamations? But it would have been really nice if the game had introduction cutscenes when a new type shows up, something akin to what the Suffering eventually did with its enemies. I can see the benefit of not breaking up the gameplay with an overabundance of cutscenes, but I also feel that the enemy designs are so solid that a 4-second video of them doing their thing would have set the mood a bit more. When examining them more closely, aside from their visual differences, a few of them have their own resistances and weaknesses, which is great. Gargoyles and spirits are resistant to bullets, while skitters explode on contact, thus encouraging the use of guns. Vampire types take more damage from fire and crossbow bolts, apparently. Dogs are, of course, complete assholes, being nearly as fast as Martyr. And the Blue Man Group spirits have hands down the funniest attack animation in the game. They do a little swing kick, which, I mean, come on. I'd say
Oh,
it's the most visibly morbid entity we've seen so far, considering they're hanging by their neck, But
The
to
Blue
then
Man
make
Group.
them do a wee drop kick attack, it contrasts so well. It's hilarious. One of the major problems with Hunter the Reckoning, in addition to the aiming issue I mentioned
that's the
earlier,
best example
is
I've
the
ever seen
enemy
of trying their
spam near
best.
the end of the game. Before then, it already felt kind of tedious if you planned on killing every hostile you came across. Since there are no definite spawners to destroy or anything, they materialize out of thin air. I don't think this is a memory limitation, since they could have easily had them appear off-screen, come from a defined physical spawning location you could destroy like in Gauntlet, or exist in the area before you arrived. One of the load screen hints says certain creatures can teleport monsters wherever they wish, or something like that. So maybe this was done to make the game more difficult? I don't know. It feels pretty cheap to get grabbed out of nowhere, and it feels even worse when the game spawns a powerful enemy and makes it attack.
Yeah, look at that shit.
The load screen or cross through a door. This was nowhere, and it feels even worse when the game spawns a powerful enemy and makes
Seems
it
fair to
attack
me.
you the moment you exit a load screen. or cross
Imagine
through a
getting
door.
kicked as soon as you fucking
Definitely
walk
a
into a
deliberate
fucking door. Just
placement, as we've tested this spot a few times, and this vampire chick is here,
Like
each and every one of them. As bad as all of that feels, the main issue is the number of enemies the designers settled on for each invisible spawn point. In certain sections, the game, for some reason, keeps teleporting in new monsters.
You
long
you
after
see
I've
those
already
spawns,
cleared
Mauricio?
this
You see
area
that?
and this encounter. It happens so frequently, I initially
That's
wondered
some
if the
bullshit.
game was encouraging me to ignore them. Maybe I'm meant to run past most enemies? I don't think that's the case, however, since some doors are locked and require you to kill enough monsters for a key to drop. Maybe they wanted to get more use out of these environments, but the seemingly infinite, but very much finite enemy waves get extremely tiring after a while. There's also the entirety of the hospital roof level, which is so tedious and lengthy you can spot the chapter from afar when viewing a long play on YouTube. These gargoyles just keep
Oh no, fuck.
source, I guess. Group spirits have definitely a deliberate placement, as we've tested this spot a few times, and this vampire chick is here each near the end of the game.
I gotta go
Before
to sleep.
then, it already
Good night.
I mean, come on, I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, see you later.
tiring after
There
a
you go.
while. There's also the entirety of the hospital roof level, which is so tedious and lengthy you can spot the chapter from afar when viewing a long play on YouTube. These gargoyles just keep coming. It was merely a comedy routine. We killed another set, then one more would plop right down. At a certain point, more enemies don't make the levels harder or more interesting, it just pads the game's length. In this area, unlike a few others, there's no one specific monster that drops the key you need. It really wants you to clear out the entire
Yep.
roof. On my single-player playthrough, this meant searching the now barren rooftop until I found the one random dingus that decided not to spawn 10 minutes ago. Yeah, he had the key. And in co-op, we didn't save the innocents at the end of the stage fast enough, I guess. And when too many of them died, we had to start the whole thing over. It was agony. The later levels jammed so
That-
many difficult
so this
bugs
little
that
hallway
it almost makes
is
sense
horseshit
to
because there's a
wait
little room back here that you can go. They'll keep coming.
there. We either baited
Yeah.
the Blue Man Group to enter our private room for
Aw.
a slaughter session,
Yeah,
or
what is
sat
the
back and
point?
pulled the trigger 100 times. Repeat for however many groups respawn until
Oh,
the key
okay,
drops.
okay.
When playing alone, I ran through most sections that weren't mandatory after a while, as we also began to do in certain areas. They clearly went overboard. Either they needed to cull a few levels entirely, or cut down on the constant respawning, even if only by 20%. In the beginning,
The
not
fixed
only are there fewer
camera
enemies
angles will fuck a lot of
and
people
less
though.
spam overall, the game is still new and fresh, so you're likely more willing to take it slow and methodical. It scratches that gauntlet itch
Just
of
like the
being
first
able
boss
to dungeon
in
crawl,
Dark Souls.
essentially, and clear out every area at your own pace in the hunt for secrets
Like
and
there are two
goodies.
bosses in that
For all
room.
the hate escort missions get in video
The
games,
enemy
the
and the
cemetery
camera.
level to me is far more worthwhile than a few of the spam stages later on. This is likely what most players will remember the most, considering Kaylee is very
She
slow,
screams too.
and her
Yeah.
screams when a spirit grabs her is about the most irritating thing in existence. However, if you don't rush things, it really isn't that bad, and you get rewarded with her teddy bear turning into a monster and slaughtering
Yep.
her parents.
This seems
Fun
crazy.
times. Seriously though, if later levels felt as manageable as the cemetery does, the game would be even better than it is now. Lives, or continues, are a big part of this game, and to get more, you need to save innocents.
To be fair, that
which
stream wasn't that
means
bad.
running
Okay.
into people cowering in the corner mostly. It's really
But,
interesting, since it
hearing it like a
definitely
dozen
feels
times,
the game was
like, okay.
balanced around dying and continuing during difficult sections, most notably the boss fights. Playing well throughout the regular levels and then damage rushing the bosses seems to be the way to go. I feel bad for the people who played poorly enough to not have many lives when the game gets harder near the end, especially if they didn't save in a new slot every time like I did. I wonder if there are kids out there who basically had to restart from the beginning since they ran into a brick wall. Those brick walls likely being the Cornelius, Carpenter, and Arcady boss fights. If I
Not
can
even
pronounce
that. So the
names
Arcady
right
boss
real
fight,
quick,
it was
bro.
Cornelius.
I say Cornelius when I should be saying Degenhardt. I read the manual, I saw it say Cornelius Booth. I, for some reason, thought that was the warden, even though they say Degenhardt throughout the whole fucking game. So when I hear you say Cornelius 10 more times, every single time, I'm referencing the warden.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ward is the final boss, and
It
it doesn't. The way you're supposed to beat him, they don't even tell you. You're just supposed to just figure it out, which is ridiculous.
God. I hate it when games just
I highly doubt people are
like-
casually
Literally, you're just supposed to figure it out.
So this almost feels like a concession. If that was the case, I'd say it's implemented fairly well, providing its own level of risk versus reward. I almost can't imagine the game without it. When you're ignorant to the meta and try to play it safe with your infinite ammo guns,
There's
boss
one
fights
game
become a tiring
where the entire
ordeal,
game
especially
there's
with how
no
janky some of their
explanation
movesets
whatsoever.
are. Every radial slam attack is
You remember the
deceiving
game
as all
called
hell,
Scorn?
Mhm.
since the visuals don't match the hitbox at all. Even
That
when you
literally
clearly
has
jump
no
over
instructions.
it
There's
or
no dialogue in
visibly
the
out of
game
range,
whatsoever.
you can still get randomly smacked
No
and
text
keel
on screen,
over.
nothing. Jump in.
Surprisingly,
just
single
figure out
player
what you're
is where I
supposed to
saw
do.
the AI bug out the most. They sometimes run circles
people
around
thought it
you
was
without
supposed to be like some
attacking,
kind of
or
horror
when you try
game,
to kite
which
them, hoping to bait out
technically
one
it
of their
is.
attacks, they just keep running
It's just a
around.
puzzle game. The
What the
entire
fuck?
time.
They definitely feel like ARPG boss fights.
Yeah, and
ideal
people were
for a
just like,
group
"What the
of
fuck is
players
this?"
spamming attacks their way. Avoiding their strikes is much more difficult with multiple
Even I was the
people,
same
though,
way.
since you don't always know where the limitations of the screen are, but camera issues were pretty much the
You see how much
standard
damage you do with those
for most
guns?
games back in the
Fucking
day, so
minuscule.
I can't be too upset about it. For all the hoopla about Judge having ways to take out vampires, he deals a
Hey, just don't
pathetic
get
amount
hit,
of damage
you know?
to the only vampire boss in the game with his crossbow, and even his sword isn't that great. I don't get it. Martyr is so much better here. The most devilish thing the game has up its sleeve comes directly after the Carpenter boss fight. The boss fight itself is pretty ridiculous. He's way too fast, meaning there's really no fair way to take him down if you don't concede a bunch of continues while damage rushing him. My buddy and I did this for a while to ensure that we could get through it without losing lives. Yeah, we were
Okay.
basically on autopilot after 7 hours straight. His fight has a gimmick. You have to destroy this torture chair thing in the back, otherwise he regains health. Supposedly you can get rid of it right away, but it never worked if we prioritized it, and only when it activated at least once was it able to be blown up. Very confusing. The trickiest part
Train
though,
that
is the
motherfucker.
combat
Train him.
itself, though. We aren't normally so cautious as to kite a boss for 5 minutes straight. We did this because there isn't a save point after Carpenter. After every boss fight so far, there's always been a chance to save the game, since it was the end of the level. But here, you keep going, and then you have another difficult boss encounter, Arcady, now as a werewolf. In isolation, neither of the two are terribly difficult, especially when you know the metagame. For example, when on my single-player run in Nightmare mode, I beat both of them first try. I knew I had to just keep swinging and sacrifice a few of the many lives I had accrued so far. On a first playthrough though, this back-to-back boss battle is easily the most punishing moment in the game. As I said earlier, if Cornelius wasn't someone's brick wall, these two likely were for at least a few people out there. Brutal.
It reminds me how like
The final boss fight is also
Elden Ring.
tolerable when you know what to do,
the
but when
last
you
like
don't
4
know what to do,
bosses are like
it's
back
pretty
to back to
terrible.
back to back.
It must have been awful for unperceptive players like me back in the day without a strategy guide or something. Thankfully, we have access to the internet nowadays, so after we spent 9 hours straight playing this game, we gave the boss fight a solid try on our own, then looked it up online. We had an idea of what we should be doing, since he was clearly gaining health back, but the portal obviously had something to do with it. No. You have to melee attack the boards on this window to end the fight. The cutscene does stare at it for a bit, and there is a hint that vampires hate sunlight present in the game, but that hint was half a game ago, on a very specific interactable computer in the meal hall, and in no other scenario does the game allow you to use light to harm vampires. Even more, we were just outside
Yeah,
not
that's
3 minutes
horrible.
ago, and it was pitch black. Yeah, doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The Carpenter fight had a gimmick as well, but the hint for that one was placed basically right outside his arena, where the hint for the final boss, apparently, will likely be forgotten about when it matters 3 hours later. I've already talked here and there on the visuals and audio, but I was pretty impressed overall. This game looks and sounds great. The water effects may look like a thin bed sheet when outside the mansion, but in the sewers it looked believable.
Yeah.
There's even a glow on the walls to give the impression that the light is bouncing off the water, which was a very neat consideration. Another awesome detail, we could sometimes see the ceiling reflected in the floor tiles. The character models look pretty decent, well,
Pretty neat.
except for basically everyone that isn't a boss or a main character, but even still, certainly not MGS2 levels or anything,
No,
but
but-
for a lower budget title, it's not too bad. The voice lines were all delivered really well, surprisingly so actually. I've already talked about how cool it was that every main character gets their own dialogue if they're the ones talking in the scene, but Carpenter and Cornelius's voice lines were what stole the show for me.
You killed him? You killed him? Do you have any idea what it takes to get back here? Twice? He was mine. And you stole him from me! Into this thing. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for it. I had no choice! I have nothing left to lose. Welcome to eternity.
Yeah, basically
The quality voice acting helped
basically everything that happened in the game was. Oh, he'll tell you actually.
for the surprisingly decent story revelations. I'll be discussing heavy story spoilers from this point on, so skip here if you want to avoid it. Basically, yes, this was essentially a torture prison, which is a natural enough setting for a ghostly outbreak of evil horrors, but the why of it all was more fulfilling than I was expecting. Cornelius's family was murdered by a group of vampires that chose to embrace him, and now he's immortal, over 100 years old or so at this point. He's been feeding off the prisoners this whole time, and has tasked the doctor of the prison, Hadrian, to make him suitable vessels so he can return the souls of his family back to this realm. The only way to do this is to open the portal to the other world, which is why he's the one who threw the rave on the anniversary of Arcades' execution to go to the spirit realm to open up once more. The first time it was by accident, this time it was on purpose. When we encounter the doctor, it's clear he's been experimenting with the supernatural as well, and right at that moment, he was working on the vessels for Cornelius. We burn them afterwards, and Cornelius then traps 3 random innocents to use for his family instead, which we can then free during the boss fight. Even though our characters are thick as hell, ignoring the many clues you find when exploring, the locations for those clues feels pretty believable. We find the gravestones of his family outside his mansion, which include the dates. We see the drafts for the Ray flyer on his computer. We see the 3 bodies Hadrian was working on. We know Cornelius is a vampire. It's all paced pretty well, I think, but it would have been a bit better if the game didn't have expository cutscenes basically explaining it word for word. Carpenter, otherwise known as Basil Exposition, apparently was an inmate in the prison for 2 years, however long ago, and it appears that he's returned to get revenge on Hadrian, so he tricks the main characters, making them do his bidding like a pawn in a game of chess. That's what a guide told me anyway, but I don't really buy it. The characters certainly react as if Carpenter has been duping them the whole time, but I can't think of a single thing he did that didn't also align with their goals. They came back to hunt down this evil, right? To take out whatever was responsible? Well, he got them into the prison, he gave them the lowdown on everything that's happening, and how to stop it. He even had Kaylee initially, potentially even protecting her, and then gave her over to you so you could reunite her with her parents. Her parents are now dead in a vicious bear attack, but still.
Yeah, it's not like I don't feel like he was like tricking you or anything like that.
That's right. Don't take no shit.
At no point did I ever feel like he was using you.
Certainly snarky, sure, but beyond just looking like a bad guy.
Because
I don't
it's
understand
true,
why
like
all of our
he guided you to the right area, so it doesn't really make sense for it to say, oh yeah, he was tricking you. No, he told you where you needed to go, and you went to those places.
And a couple of them even call him a rot, which is clearly a disparaging term for the monsters we've seen so far. As much as I love his line where he calls the 4 hunters out on their prejudices, him leading with it as his first piece of dialogue is a bit out of place. Maybe save that for the second meeting, where he's clearly proven himself to be helpful. Our final encounter with him is, of course, his boss fight, but he actually comes across as kind of stupid here. He does manage to understand our character, even though they don't explicitly say they killed Hadrian, so he's smart in that regard, but his reaction and overall lack of a plan is a bit silly. I'm assuming he was the one who had to kill Hadrian for his soul to be set free or something, since he's confused as to why he's still here even though Hadrian is dead. He then gets enraged that we're the ones who killed the doctor, and vows to kill us next. I mean, my guy, if you didn't want us to kill Hadrian, just tell us, you know? I realize Cornelius tricked us. Sorry. Tricked our dumb characters into thinking Arcady was the one responsible for all of this, which is why we went back into the prison in the first place. But my guy, appear out of nowhere like you've done before. Tell us not
The
to
fuck
kill
was that? I don't remember
Hadrian.
that.
He wouldn't have. Oh well. It's interesting how much information we're given from both him and Arcady, since I'm not sure either could be considered trustworthy. Arcady does sound like he genuinely wants you to stop Cornelius, and it was obvious that the Warden was the one behind it. I mean, come on now, we already found the Rave Flyer on his home computer, but we also just nearly killed Arcady, so he could be saying anything for us to leave him alone at that point. Him chasing you down is kind of repetitive, but at least the game throws in some unique ghost dog enemies at you while you get back to the
What the
mansion.
fuck?
Our characters apparently didn't actually kill Cornelius before in that difficult mansion boss fight. He, well, I don't know, played dead, I guess? But now we kill him for realsies in the final boss fight. Afterwards, the ending cutscene is determined by how many people you've saved. At the beginning of the game, the train car you came in on broke down, and is apparently the only way out of town. The conductor can fix it, but says he'll need 50 people to help him. It's also been said, by a supposedly trustworthy source, I guess, that anyone not 20 miles out of town will die instantly the moment the hole closes, both humans and rot alike. This is why the train car is necessary, and is why 50 people are what determines which ending you get. Okay, if you've saved 50 or more people, the train is fixed, and all of the civilians you saved get to escape the city. The good ending. I doubt many people saw the bad ending, since saving 50 innocents is very easy to do, and is almost necessary if you want enough lives for the difficult boss encounters. But either way, the train conductor just dies as you get back. The end. Feels very fun, and in both endings, the hunters seem immune to the instant death dealio, but who cares? More interesting is the absence of any explanation about the messengers. They're the ones leaving you notes around town, contextualized as an early internet message board, it looks like. It's a fun way to give hints to the player.
Not that org.
The first prompt says it's from Bookworm 55, and they say Witness 1 asked them to help us get through this alive. These are actually characters from the pen and paper Hunter the Reckoning game, but beyond the HunterNet updates, we don't get any other interactions with them. Kind of strange, but I almost wonder if this was deliberate, to maybe encourage a player to buy one of the books that are advertised at the back of the manual to learn more. Either way, not a big deal, but it would have been nice to get a bit more closure out of the good ending. Our character walking into the sunlit window doesn't really do much for me. Hunter the Reckoning is an extremely enjoyable gauntlet.
Yeah. What did you think?
I feel like that game, like, it's one of those games where in hindsight it's just like, yeah, I had fun with it, but when you try to like replay it, you revisit it, you remember all the bullshit.
Right.
And then, but it's just like if you were at least able to finish it back then, you can see it as like a good game. Because like with all the story, with all the encounters, no matter like how difficult or frustrating any of it might have been, I feel like it's still enjoyable.
Right.
But if you were never able to finish it back then, and you go revisit it, you'd be like, man, no, I didn't finish this game.
So I did finish it. So I finished it. I bought it for the original GameCube when I was, well, I didn't buy it. My dad bought it for me when I was fucking, what, I was like 13, 14? Game was fucking terrifying, by the way. Like, my brother and I played it. We didn't get any sleep. It was that bad. Like, we played it. So he bought it for me in Nogales, Mexico. And then, what's it called? And then,
I was surprised the game wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. So we bought it in Nogales, Mexico, and it was like his, because we had gone to visit him for a month, and that was his like going away present for me, for my brother and I. I bought that. My brother bought some other game for the GameCube, I think, and then he had also bought us Day of Reckoning, the WWE game. I don't know if you ever played that one. So we went to and so we crossed the border or whatever. We got back to home, and my brother and I immediately started playing it because I had 4 controllers. And we got to the first boss fight, which is and it was, I don't know what it was. I think it was just because we were so young. It was that scary that my brother we did not get any sleep whatsoever. Fucking shitting ourselves. And I think I ended up beating it with a friend later. I went to his house. I took it to his house, and then we played 4-player co-op. We ended up beating it. The game's only like I think like 6 hours, 7 hours. If you have like 4 players, like it's a lot easier with 4 players. It doesn't have any kind of scaling or anything like that.
Yeah, I think that guy even said that him and his friend beat it like in that same day. that
Yeah,
they
so
were
like
playing.
it's not super difficult. The scaling, there's no scaling in this game. Obviously, scaling was introduced a lot later with other games, but the game is just like it just became a lot easier. You could just literally just train bosses, just run in circles, and they couldn't even they wouldn't be able to touch you. But it was just so in the time that it came out, I thought it was the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. And
Understand.
obviously it's probably not the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I do think that it was a very good game for its time, for at least for its time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's a tabletop game. I at the time didn't know what a tabletop game is. I didn't know about D&D or anything like that. But definitely,
Yeah, same.
something that I wanted to explore now, considering that it is what's it called? It is a tabletop game. I mean, I've always wanted to just get a session down, but no one's ever around. There is a web application or Steam application for people that want to play D&D. I'm trying to remember what it's called, but so basically, whoever is the DM buys the application, and everybody else just downloads the free application of it, and it'll keep everything. It'll keep your stats, everything. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, because I never heard of that one. Because I know one thing that we used when I played D&D one time, it was called Roll20, and that was just a website. You just pull up. That's all you needed. You just needed that one website.
Right.
And you could see like the map that your DM had like generated. There's a lot of like pre-generated stuff that you can just use. You have your character sheets that you can easily access, and a lot of other things too that you can just have like through through Discord
Right.
as well. So that was also helpful.
Let's see here.
So it was a pretty smooth experience.
Let's see if I can find it. Steam D&D applications. It's free. I'm trying to remember the name of this thing. It's really interesting. Basically, all it does for you is, like I said, one person buys it and everyone else gets it. Gets the application for free. God, I had to see.
Is it the first one, D&D Online? Go back up. It was like the first Steam. Right under that second link.
Right in a second, like this one.
Yeah,
I don't think that was it. I don't think this is it, but no, this looks like a actual game you play. Yeah.
Never mind.
What would it be called? Like, what would you D&D? God, I had it saved. I don't think I'd be able to find it under my searches, but all I remember is basically it'd be whoever the DM downloads the application. They have to pay for it, $20, I think it is, and everybody else gets the extension for free. And then you join him, or he invites you guys, and he has to be the DM, unfortunately. And then you would just play your game, create your character. It'll give you your stats that you get to do. Legends. No. Oh, let's see here. D&D stat tracker on Steam. I'm sure I'll be able to find it later. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I told William about it, but I mean, William doesn't fucking. Like I said, we can never fucking sit down and actually have an actual fucking session.
Because I think, how do we handle whenever someone was missing? Because we tried to play once a week. I think it was on Thursday nights. That or like a Friday night. It was one of the two. And if we couldn't do it on those 2 days, then a Saturday usually worked. But I think we, just had to make up the excuse, like in game, that like someone had the shits or
Mhm.
something, that they had to stay behind in town or something. I don't know.
No. Damn. I'm really upset that I got rid of it.
I found 3 things on. I just asked ChatGPT.
You asked Chad?
Mm-hmm. Anyway, do you want the answer or not? Possibly.
Right? Yeah, go for it. Tell me.
It's either one of these three: Fantasy Grounds VTT,
That doesn't sound like it. Okay.
Critical Compendium,
No, that doesn't sound like it either.
Dungeon Board.
No, that doesn't sound like it either. Damn.
Well, then there's no pleasing.
Pathfinder. Oh, that's a game. That's not what I'm. Let's see. Maybe I'll find it. It was like a locally made basically. So someone actually made it for Steam.
That's usually how it goes.
Conclave, no. Damn. That was like saved under my Instagram. Yep, none of these either. God damn it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could find it. I was trying to. Let's see. Did we have a conversation about it on here? Let's see. Nope. Maybe it was on the old channel. They got on delete channels because.
I'm still thinking about the. You canceled your Game Pass subscription. Okay, now let's play the games that you own.
Own? Fuck you mean own? Yeah, fair. What do you mean own? I don't know. I don't know shit.
God damn it.
This isn't. Oh, damn, son. Oh, that's not it. I'm trying to see if I talked about it in their old chat. Nope.
I have a friend who's a D&D nerd.
I mean, they probably.
I could possibly ask him.
They probably would be able to find it. So maybe it's if I do the free to play ones. Some of them seem like it would be the. Masterwork, no. Because this particular one basically even allows you to like it auto generates maps for you too. Don't nobody want to fucking play Pathfinder. Okay. There's VR ones? What the fuck? Is it this one? Well, this is VR, but this is not.
Oh, that was kind of trippy. Just like you're this giant and you just put in your tabletop. That's your characters. That's kind of cool.
So dungeon. I'm misspelling this bitch. Dungeon dive or full dive. So here, I think it's this. I didn't think it is this one. No, this is VR. VR supported, but I don't think this is actually VR. I think it's this one. If I remember correctly, it was like one person buys it, and then everyone else just creates their character. And then it looks like it's free. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Well, this is the player editions. Yeah. So yeah, Grandmaster Edition. You get to host sessions. I think it is this one. So like, if the player edition, people are just gonna play, you get it for free. But if you're gonna be the GM, you get all the. Yeah, it's this.
Got it. Wishlisted, damn it, or add it to your library.
So it's the player edition, yeah. So it's library. Okay. Well, I mean, if we're ever gonna play it, I told William that he needed that. If anybody was gonna buy the specific one, it would be him. Okay, I'm gonna play this weird ass game that I downloaded.
Oh Lord.
It's called Blood West. It looks like complete garbage, but we gonna find out.
Okay.
I think it's an old game. If I'm keeping it a buck with you.
It sounds about right.
I'm also downloading Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. Where are you gonna fucking pop up? You better not be popping up on my second monitor here. We're gonna have some problems. There we go. Do I play on controller or do I play on PC? Shit, we'll play on PC. What do you think this is? In a world. There's a black phone puzzle? Who the fuck plays that?
Oh, I tried it. I just did it for the Discord orbs.
Oh, it's on Discord? Interesting, interesting. Game?
Yeah, it's like it opens up like a video call, kind of, but like the video is just like an interactable game, and the controls. It's just a point and click thing, and it only takes place literally right at a phone booth.
Yeah.
And just to the left or to the right of it.
Oh.
This land is cursed. Where my people roamed freely, now roams only death. It came with the white man on his iron horse. White man brought with him corruption, greed, vanity,
titties,
ignorance. killed on holy ground, and the Great Spirit has abandoned this place. The dead can no longer leave the mortal realm. Restless and enraged, they wander the earth, craving for more living flesh. A fate worse than death, undeserving even for a stupid white man. Light still flickers within you, stranger. Go now. Leave this place. May the Great Spirit take pity on you. May your soul find peace in the spirit world.
Interesting. I don't know what the fuck this game is. I had it for free, so I said, fuck it.
Hey, I have literal dozens and dozens of games
and came back
that I got for free. You know, I'm like, nah.
Ah, what the hell?
Oh, it worked. It worked. And he is even in one piece. Oh, me? You mean us? Nothing but an amalgamation of souls. More important question is, who are you? The answer is, you're undead. We brought you here by means of our immense powers from whenever place you've been before. We know of your exploits and achievements. Your fame reaches wide across the country. The nasty rumors about you reach even further. You're our ace in a sleeve.
Okay.
Before you ask, no, we cannot send you back. Not yet. See, that's the nature of every summoning. It must have a reason. And a reason you have. As an undead outside of others' influence, you will be our torch in the dark. Your spark will become the flame to purify the rot of this world and free us from the unending cycle of despair. Search for the evil lurking in this world. Smell the sulfur in the air. Taste the corruption. Understand the shattered reality. Sense the vitriol staining the remains. Only then will you be free again and able to leave.
Okay. First, I have to pick up a stone and.
What do we have here?
Yay.
What if I hit him with the rock? No, I'm kidding.
Do it, you won't.
Let me see if I can make it out of here first before I start throwing rocks at motherfuckers.
That's a nice little thing.
You row! Ah, get me out of here! Ooh, an axe.
May need it at some point, you never know.
I equip that as a 1. It's primary? Okay. Let me put in an artifact slot. Okay. Oh, critical hit. Let's go, boy. How do I just? I'll just take all with T. Interesting. This game is dark as hell, man. I gotta bump up this brightness here. There we go. Shit, I couldn't see 2 feet in front of me.
You can never have too much of those.
Too much of what? Boy, what is you talking about?
Be gone.
What the hell is going on down there? Okay. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Oh shit. Give me
Phew. Was starting to run low.
that. I'll take that. Oh yeah. 3. Do that. Can only put 1 potion. Okay. Switch between ammo's highest by hitting B. Or V, excuse me.
You won't find any answers lingering here. Better move towards the dark places and glimmering gold. Search for the evil lurking.
Oh yeah. Wanted me to just I missed. Okay. I don't know what the fuck. What the fuck's the teeth gonna do? You know what? Better find someone who can explain me a thing or two.
Something wicked this way comes.
Uh-oh. That motherfucker took a quarter of my health with 1 hit. I feel like I'm playing an old PlayStation 1 game.
Oh, someone who isn't trying to eat me alive for a change.
Bro, for real, like it really does look like a PlayStation 1 game. I'm looking at this like, why does this look familiar?
What is it? A dead man high buried walks again.
You didn't bury me.
I sense the restless spirits nearby.
Hi ho. I
Still,
probably shouldn't say that. I
hoped
suppose.
your body would be protected by my charms. They were insufficient, as it seems. I am nobody. Used to talk to spirits, guide the tribe. Now tribe shattered. I remain in shame, wandering the lands, trying to fix what can be fixed and lay to rest what is too broken. I found a body, your body, among the remains of monsters, and decided to bury you in a manner akin to my tribe. I did all the proper rituals, but it was not enough, and strong spirits have brought you back. I do not know if this is good. What? Yes, tainted one.
You have ammo? I need some regular ass ammo. These artifacts, what do you do? While equipped to the protector, obtain a new soul flaw. Upon death, you can exchange a blessing token souls. Bow was worth 500. Fucking hell. No, that's not what I feel my knowledge has increased. What does that even mean?
I would go towards the town.
Oh, hold there. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
You feel my knowledge has been increased there? God damn it. I feel smart.
Yeah. Is it? Oh, hold there. Oh, I'm stop. Okay. 700 for a fucking knife? I'm being robbed.
Jesus.
Okay, I do gotta switch around the controls here. Oh, you can lean? Shit. No, I guess I can't. Oh, well. Let's try to conserve on some energy here. Another gold nugget. Seems like some stuff pretty easy to come across, maybe. Your name shall forever bore me. Flying eagle goes to the marshmallow on a toasty night, or Ben for short. Ooh! Hey, wait! I was kidding. Fucking hell, dude! What the hell? 4 hits kills me.
Dusty roads call me again.
Oh, well, damn.
Headshot, let's go. Oh, you fucking bitch, you dodged. There we go, okay. Note to self, aim for the head. It doesn't really tell me where I'm supposed to.
What was it? In Scare Movie 3. I found the weakness. Without the head, they're powerless.
I remember that shit. Without the head, the powerless. Okay, what the There are way too many of you to be roaming around for me to be trying to deal with this shit. Oh shit. No wait, it was X, right? Yeah, critical hit. Okay, did it not change my key bindings or did it reset everything? Oh, I didn't hit accept. Oh no, I did. Swap. Toggle crutch. Swap. Hmm. There we go.
Goose to ashes.
Notes on the prodigal daughter. Therefore, thorough observation of the species, known those traversing the barren lands, the prodigal daughter could yield interesting results while in retain a human form. At least at first glance, damage dark magic inflicted on her mind is severe. Even if she did not lose the ability to speak, the creature suffers from a serious case of megalomania and sees herself as a beautiful young lady. Who demands total and unconditional admiration from the entire world of her. At the same time, she keeps wearing a mask that conceals deformation of her face and a hideous grimace. Her weapon of choice is a shotgun. Shotgun, you say? Hey, Kayla. This prolonged combat may prove fatal. Shooting her in the face will break the mask, make her more aggressive, which might not be ideal. Anything that reveals her ugliness, begin living, and eventually ordinary mirrors become the target of fierce attacks. She will not rest until her target is destroyed or she herself is vanquished. What is this?
That's a nice little thing.
Smash Push has got to
I
be
have a feeling this will come in
Well, I mean,
handy.
who knows? I'm supposed to. What am I supposed to do here? Looks like a fucking catapult. Well, the way is not. The way to go is not down, obviously. Probably should conserve my. No. This game's not really telling me where to go, though. We kind of just supposed to like figure it out. How about I just don't fuck with that right now? Like I said, the only way to really go is to the town over here. Oh, there's a rest area. I'll take it.
He looks friendly enough, and that cave seems like a perfect spot to rest.
Oh, you can stash your shit here. Okay, cool. I myself have to admit that there is something profoundly sinister about a bird, man. Human Bird capable of wielding firearms with deadly accuracy. It can also dodge with remarkable swiftness, employing short-distance silver bullets. Although costly, seem most effective.
Whatever it is, it's mine now.
New face around these parts?
What do you have for me? Ooh, shit. You have 1,000? What is wrong with people here? Y'all just... Chicken head is worth 15. Some of these guns are really cool though, but oh, well, it's still $1,000. Holy shit! That's a spicy meatball. Okay, probably should buy some ammo from him though, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna sell the shotgun ammo for now. No, I thought it would, never mind, okay.
Since you're here, let us explain what is needed of you. This place has been corrupted by a curse, and you need to find its source. We don't know what has brought it to this land, so keep your eyes open. Bring us anything you may deem weird or disturbing.
Okay.
And if you happen to get lost, come to us. We may be able to help or ease your burden. Follow the most strong scent of darkness around, under the burned church, within ruined city. Anything else?
So okay, there's a church over there. So that's the way I need to go. Why does it take stamina to shoot a gun though?
The smell of decades of corruption and decadence. Let's clean it all up. Wretch.
Oh shit.
Destroyed.
Bitch. How many bullets you got? You fucking asshole. I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on in this fucking town. I don't think I even have the fucking ammo capacity for this shit.
Let's put these to good use. One and done.
The fuck is that? Maybe we're supposed to just fight everything here and just kill everything off, or oh, I'm not supposed to be fighting you. You have a shoddy like John Gotti. There's no way to. Oh, there's no way to save. You just gotta pray to Lord Jesus himself.
Anything for you, my favorite.
Right on the mark.
The whispers told me you were coming.
Fucking bitch.
Titties.
Haven't had so much fun in ages.
Okay, well, she dropped a shotty, so I mean that's a positive. How good is this shotty though? But let's heal up actually. Better get inside quick before.
Bullets, arrows, need 'em all.
I can't take this nifty hat. Well, fuck you too then. Ooh, more.
What's this?
Another shotty. Okay. Yes.
Ah, this may be useful.
A cigar. Let's go. Now I'm a real cowboy. Okay. Well, the shotty, I have 14 bullets in this bitch, so. No. About to find out how much lead you can eat, big boy. Oh, apparently a lot. Apparently he can eat a lot of lead. Is there a way to remove the bullets out of the remaining guns I have, or no? Maybe we have to find out, because
We'll need those.
okay. Oh, there we go. Unload ammo. Sweet. Okay. And then I can actually go sell those. Which means if I switch over to this, I should have quite a bit of, yep, ammo. Sweet. Okay. So I've cleared out a large portion of them, or at least in this area. Oh. More bullets. Just call me, I don't know, I was going to come up with a clever name, but I couldn't come up with anything. For Yu-Gi-Oh, I'm Budget Bill Bobby. Nope.
What do you mean I can't hold all of these?
What do you mean? Oh. I probably just have to organize everything. Yeah, I can just sort it himself. Okay, cool. Sort item, sweet. Thank you. I'll probably hold off on regenning my health right now. Do I cross over, or am I not supposed to?
I could use a bag or two.
Oh shit.
Done.
Dude, what? Oh, you bitch! Okay, hold on. Hold on. I got some lead for your ass. Give me a second. Why can't I pick that up? What kind of
Need to stop hoarding.
what kind of ammo is that? I can only carry 50. You can only carry 15 bullets? Ain't that about a bitch? Well, actually, I could put you here, put you over here. And I mean, I don't need any more of you, do I? No, probably not. Okay. There's another dude over there. Why is this game scaring me?
Need to stop hoarding.
Okay. Oh. Okay, I'm just not gonna take that fork.
I'm bringing you the menu now.
Oh shit!
Disgusting filth.
flowers for me? Shame.
Bitch.
Definitely need a new bag or two.
Okay, I need to go back and talk to that guy before I come here. But I wonder if I talk to him, will it respawn these enemies? That'll be only one way to find out.
Hey, have a minute? Thanks, pal. So here's the deal. I know of a few places worth looting, and I'm sure something is there that can make a good buck. You bring it to me, I know there's an artifact in that ruined watchtower that overlooks the town. But the damn place is haunted by spirits, and I don't have the courage to fight them or sneak past. You're back.
Hmm. $350. I do like what I have. You're about to rest. Chicken head's eyes are looking at you expectantly. Do you want to reach a different place? If you do, you will lose this item in the process.
Dead man walking.
I'm a dumbass. I fucking... I wonder if putting my ammo in here is actually gonna make any difference, but let's find out. Does it make everything respawn? I think it does.
Spawn!
If everything responds, I'm gonna be upset. Doesn't look like it. Okay.
Get into my gun already. Perfect. Just need to find some ice. Fancy.
It's under the tavern. Silver mug for sale. Let's go.
Little guys for big jobs.
How close that's gonna get to relatively. What does this do anyways? Lessens sway, increases effective range, weapon by 5 meters, time slows for 30 seconds, 5 seconds whenever you aim down sights, effective. Oh shit, that's actually a really good effect. I need to wait and get a safe though, with a safe key.
Just what I craved.
Ah, a customer. Been a while since I had some good clientele. Come right in. What's your poison, partner? We have a lot of bowler hat, your usual suspect. Something stronger, maybe? Red Steed has that kick you're craving. Or maybe you have... Oh, don't you worry, don't you worry. I'm not any danger to someone as mighty. A might of the spirit, of course. Come on, you know it. Only when this world becomes a blur will the truth be revealed. Yes. See their mighty beasts in this land. Towering masses of teeth and claws. Folks call them Wendigos. Oh, but of course not to you. Only you could slay such a beast without even breaking a sweat. One legend even says that a chosen one could kill a Wendigo with nothing but a blunt knife. How's that sound? Are you ready? That's the spirit, that's the spirit. Now here's the blade, oh mighty hero. Soon the cloak of fame and glory will embrace you like the dearest sweetheart. Oh, and did I forget to mention that the legend says the hero will kill the Wendigo with a blunt knife?
Is the Wendigo in the building? Okay. This bitch died, tooted up. Oh, there's a... No, never mind. Where am I supposed to fight this set of Wendigo? I don't know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, big dog?
Yeah, I've just been looking.
Okay. I think I muted my own mic though. By complete accident.
You did, and I was actually wondering if you did that on purpose. And I was like, I'm not gonna question.
It wasn't on purpose. I realized afterwards, I was like, hey, I've been talking to this motherfucker and replying. I'm sick of him. Just kidding. I'm sad they can't pick up these hats. Okay, I think I've killed everything in sight. Although I don't know where the fuck this Wendigo supposedly I'm supposed to fight with a blunt knife is. And I don't know if I want to do that. If I'm keeping it a buck with you.
I'm sure you'll figure it out.
I don't like your tone.
Yeah, I can leave.
Oh
You know,
my. Am I supposed to fight those fucking... those ghosts? Bitch. Okay, apparently I'm not supposed to fight those fucking things. Bitch.
Here I come. Again.
Did I not rest in the other area? Damn. Okay. Well, I guess it's probably gonna do it for this. I just wanted to play this game for a bit, but I gotta get some sleep because I gotta be up tomorrow morning. Take my mom to my auntie's